Hello trainers, and welcome to another episode of Saccharum Versus. My name is Professor Saccharum, and here I have another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle for you. I know I have the same team as last time, but this is another OU match I had between me and my friend Kwame. As you can see, my team is the exact same as before. Again, it's still in the works, but this battle happened like maybe a couple hours right after the one that I showed earlier today. But let's just take a quick look at Kwame's team, as he does have the Minchow, which I believe is a Scarf variant probably, or something. I was afraid of the fake out when I saw it. He's got the Dormanitan, powerful Pokemon, very powerful Pokemon. He's running the Mega Swampert as well. Actually, I was in debate for a little bit if it was the Mega Swampert or the Mega Metagross, and that actually varied a lot on this team. So I assumed it was the Mega Metagross, which is why I let off with Chestnut, because worst comes to worst, I'll just switch into something else. He does have the Goodra as well, so we're running two of the same Pokemon on our teams, which is really funny. He also has the Typhlosion, and he also has the Metagross right here. So without further ado, let's get started with this battle, with Kwame issuing a challenge for the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle number 2. Yes, number 2. He does lead off with his Minchow. Kwame leads off his Minchow, and I go straight for my Chestnut, because I thought Chestnut does a pretty good job at walling his team. And he withdraws right away. And I was going to go straight for the Spiky Shield, hoping he would go straight for High Jump Kick, because that would have been great. Because then he would have just taken a lot of damage right there. And I go for the Spiky Shield again, just because I want to scout out what this Metagross is going to do. Thinking it might have been Mega, and I wanted to see what it was going to do, and I wanted it to hurt itself, because it was probably going to be physical. He does end up going for the Bullet Punch, I think it was, or the Zen Headbutt, as he does go for the Bullet Punch now, as he hit himself with the Spiky Shield damage. Does hardly anything as I get the Leech Seed off, and now I'm going to be taking so much HP back. I'm going to be doing what Chestnut does best. Stealing souls. Lots of souls. Yum! I should actually re-nickname this Chestnut Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. Because that's all he does. He's eating. He's living. He's living. Chestnut's taking this HP. Metagross is going down. Sorry, it's a little bit unprofessional right here. But he does decide to withdraw because he does not want to take Leech Seed damage, as I probably should have predicted that. And went for this, but I went for the Spiky Shield, I believe, here. Yeah, because I thought he might attack me again. As I do decide to switch out on this Typhlosion, because most Typhlosion run Choice Specs and Eruption, and I do not want to see that. So I go straight into my Goodra, as he does end up going for the Toxic, which is really, really interesting that he did that. But I believe this is a Life Orb variant now, seeing that he has the Toxic on. So but he does withdraw right here. He does withdraw his Typhlosion, as he goes into his Swampert, and I decided to go straight for the Sludge Bomb right here, because if anything, I was gonna do a lot of damage, and I was gonna, like, you know, just deal a lot. I didn't want to drop my special attack in case I wanted to stay in on this Typhlosion, so I do decide to switch out here. So I'm playing a little bit more careful with this team, with this battle, than I did before, because I know how Kwame battles a little bit. We battled quite a few times before, as he does go for the Mega Evolution right here to his Mega Swampert. So we're both running the Mega Swampert, which is really nice. That super bulk, as I have my Swampert out on the field right now, as he goes straight for the Stone Edge, which was interesting. As I go straight into my Mega Swampert, trying to deal so much damage, and I go for the Earthquake right here. He ends up outspeeding me right now, because Mega Swampert does have more speed than regular Swampert, and on the turn of Mega Evolving, I do carry the speed of regular Swampert, not Mega. But seeing how much I ate that up, that was a lot. I ate that up really bad. And then I just deal a ton of damage right after. And I figured I'd be able to live this Earthquake right here, but I should have just seen by the amount of damage that he took from my Earthquake that I wasn't going to end up living this Earthquake. So I just sent in my Talonflame right here, as he was going for Earthquakes. And the point was to try and scare him into his Metagross. And I believe I went for the Brave Bird right here, just because if he stayed in, he wouldn't have knocked out, and then he just would have Stone Edged my my Talonflame right here, and I wasn't sure. But that amount of damage is going to put me in enough range for a KO with Flare Blitz, because this is a Sharp Beak variant of Talonflame. I do carry my Flare Blitz on, and this Metagross does, I believe, go down to this. Yeah, there we go. Metagross is going straight down, and because, come on, Metagross, although it is very powerful and it is very bulky, it's not going to be able to live a stab, powerful Flare Blitz from Talonflame. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Fearing the Stone Edge coming from this thing, I decided to switch straight into my Mandibuzz because Mandibuzz is bulky, and he does land the Stone Edge, and I overestimate my Mandibuzz's bulk all the time. He does, however, get the critical hit, so I'm assuming that the critical hit did cause a lot more damage than really necessary, but I didn't need Mandibuzz in this battle at all, so I decided to sack it off yet again. That's probably another Pokemon I should probably just think about scrapping out for something else, but I do need a Defogger, because I do not want to be outsped by anything, or take any sort of residual damage. So I go straight into my Chestnut right here as he is Choice Banded into his Stone Edge. I assume that right here as I go straight for the Leech Seed, praying that he wasn't Sap Sipper, and he wasn't. He is a gooey variant, I'm guessing, or something else, but he's not Sap Sipper, which is the important part right here, as I'm able to just do a lot to this. I go for the Spiky Shield, assuming that he's going to be a Fire Blast variant, but he does go for the Sludge Bomb, which is immune to my Bulletproof, which I always forget that Sludge Bomb isn't affected by Bulletproof, which is great, but Bullet Punch is, which is weird. But he does go for the Fire Blast here and lands it, and surprisingly enough, Chestnut eats up that Fire Blast, which was great. And I missed the Super Fang, which is really unfortunate because that would have been great damage to have on this thing. As I do know that he's going for this Fire Blast again. I do decide to go for the Spiky Shield right here because, well, I can just get more Leech Seed damage off. The worst thing that happens is that he switches out. So I decided to go straight for my Spiky Shield. I get my leftovers and I get my Leech Seed back, and I do figure out that, assuming by the amount of damage that the Fire Blast did last time, with the amount of HP that I have left after this leftovers and this Leech Seed, I am going to have enough to knock him out with a Drain Punch and live it with a decent amount of damage. So I go straight for the Drain Punch right here and knock it out. Well, bring it to a really low amount of health, where the Leech Seed is actually going to be able to knock it out. And after my leftovers, after the Drain Punch, and after the Leech Seed, I'm going to be almost at half HP again. Chestnut is a monster. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Chestnut is a real monster thanks to these move tutors. Having access to Drain Punch is really just, it's so good for him. And Super Fang is a really good move too. I did decide to switch out right here because I do not want to have this Choice Specs Eruption all over my face right now. So I go straight into my Goodra right here, predicting that he might go for something, but he does go for Toxic again, which was interesting because I didn't believe he would do that. As he does withdraw again, going for the Toxic again was actually really risky because he knew I was probably going to switch my Goodra in on it. But I'd go straight for the Draco Meteor because I was like, nothing wants to catch this right now. He has nothing left that really wants to catch this. The only thing that did was a Metagross. Or that could take it was Metagross, and I'm able to OHKO this Darmanitan with a Draco Meteor. So powerful. Goodra's putting in a lot of work right now, which makes me like second guess myself about whether or not I want to replace it. But I am gonna think that Clefable is gonna do a lot more because running Ice Punch on anything or any sort of Ice type move is gonna really just destroy me. So I go straight into my Chestnut right here, and as he goes straight for the high jump kick, and my Chestnut eats it up. Because he just does. That's what he does. Chestnut eats up physical hits and then like takes everyone's soul for damage. He is going to withdraw, predicting my Spiky Shield. I kind of predicted him to do this, and I believe, I can't remember if I went for the Super Fang or if I went for Leech Seed. I went for Leech Seed right here. If I went for Super Fang, I would have had half of its HP gone, and its Eruption would have done nothing, and I probably could have stayed in. But the Leech Seed was actually more viable on me because I'm going to be able to get more HP this turn than at all. And I do decide to stay in again and go for the Spiky Shield after receiving all this HP. Chestnut putting in so much work right now. Going for the Spiky Shield, draining some of its HP, getting some HP myself, and then I'm just whittling down this Typhlosion because I don't really have too much for it. I know that it's not going to want to take a Draco Meteor, but he's not going to be able to stay in for it. So I am going to stay in with my Chestnut, get some more HP back, go for the Spiky Shield, and then I'm going to be switching on this turn after I get all of my health back, because this was me just trying to play it safe. This is my best play possible, going straight into my Goodra as I saw this Eruption coming a mile away, and it's going to do zero. It's going to do nothing. Look at Goodra eat this up. Yum. He's at 95 right now, and with the Leech Seed, I'm actually, and the poison, after the poison damage, he's not going to have done nearly as much damage as he probably could have done. The Leech Seed practically gave me all the damage that he gave me from the eruption, and then the poison just brought me down a little bit less, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. So I go straight for the Draco Meteor, knowing that he's probably going to switch because his eruption isn't going to do anything. This Mienshao is not going to take this nicely because it is frail, and it does go down. I do get the special attack drop again, but switching out resets all stats, so that's always a good thing. This battle is a little bit longer. It's on the 28 turn side. We're on turn 25 right now, so it's almost over. He does go for a Swampert again. I do believe that Goodra is really just kind of done, but I do decide to switch him out, predicting that he might go for the Earthquake and go straight for Crash and Burn. This was a really risky play because I knew he had the Stone Edge on it because he could have predicted me nicely there. But he does go for the Earthquake. I avoid it, go straight for the Brave Bird, and now this Swampert is now Gonzi's. It's now bye-byes. 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 As Talonflame does take some nice recoil damage, which isn't too much. This Typhlosion does come in again, and I'm able to stay and go for the Brave Bird, and that was the win button right there. So really, really good game, Kwame. I was really, really good. Your team had me a little bit worried for a second, and once I lost my Swampert, I had to really work around the team. But it was a really, really good battle. I appreciate it, man. You always put me in a good situation, a really good spot, and try to help me do my best. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because your support is greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget to leave your friend code and your battle codes of any Omega Ruby or X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y Wi-Fi battles. Those either is fine. I'm still taking challenges from X and Y as well, because I do realize that not everybody is in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Yeah, or isn't Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire yet, or is competitive in it yet, just because it's still new, it's still early. I kind of rushed through the game a little bit, at the end anyway, but I did enjoy myself, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, you know, do all the stuff, like, comment, subscribe, follow the socials. I think those are always in the description. So if you ever want to try and contact me, best way to try and get a battle for me is to contact me via email, via Twitter, via the YouTube comments, anything. It's the best way to contact me to get a battle in if you're ever in for a battle. But before I keep rambling on, because I always tend to do that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!